note. Let me just take 2 minutes of your time. Let me not be rude. How are you? How's life? How's work? How's business? I just say, let me ask.
Work is fine on certain times. But yeah, we're pushing.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. That's fine. You don't want to go into any detail for us.
Oh no, I mean, we're pushing.
You can see that you are pushing. You're showing on the 2 microphones on your show.
I think so. Is it not on your show they give and put 2 microphones as if I'm doing a procedure, a medical procedure?
I will not take that from you.
But your own hand, and I'll put it.
I won't take it from you, sir.
Can I ask a question?
You can ask, but you know that you are not the one asking questions on this show.
Okay, sorry.
But you can ask.
Why are you with this laptop? You were with it the last time we spoke.
You see, in life, one must be able to predict a certain amount of steez required for anything.
So this is steez?
It's not about steez. Wait first.
Okay, sorry.
I can put everything that's written here inside my head.
That's
one way to go about it.
If you could, why did you bring the laptop?
The second way to go about it
is to bring the laptop.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think it's to bring the laptop.
If you don't understand, I don't care. Now, back to building business security in times of uncertainty. It's such a fantastic time to be a Nigerian. We have so much going for us. We have a very high population. We have so many businesses. The opportunities are vast. The problems are as vast as the opportunities. But where there are problems,
there are opportunities.
I think there are opportunities where there are problems. So, which is why we are going to talk about 2 key things today in terms of how can we secure our business in this problematic time, in this era of problems, and in this era of vast opportunity. I'm trying to ask a question.
No, I'm even just wondering why you brought me back to come and ask me the same question.
It's not the same question. So this is what patience.
Okay.
You understand? You must be able to exercise patience in everything.
Right.
You cannot know it all.
I don't know it all.
You understand it now?
Yeah, I don't know it all.
You understand? We have something specially packaged. Now we go tell you.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's okay. Apology accepted. So the first thing that we want to talk about today, economic fluctuation. What comes to mind? You are just gisting with somebody, maybe on a day where on a day chop fish. The person just says, shit, this economic fluctuation. You know, what's your first reaction to economic fluctuation?
I'm not the economist, but
no, from a
business
standpoint. Exactly, right. Economics people.
So I'll tell this with a story. The media agency that I currently work at, we serve a lot of development partners, so organizations, international NGOs actually, and they gave us. There was a request for a quotation that was sent, I think about 2 weeks ago, and between that time to the point of execution, which is now, we're making a loss.
Powerful.
And if you ask me what the cause is fluctuations. So prices are changing every time, and you know, it's always going up and down. Sometimes it comes down, it favors you, but in this case now, it's not favoring me. And so yeah, really, that's what economic fluctuations is, where there are so many changes in the variables that control the economy of any country. Or there's a word I want to use. I've been waiting to use this. Polity. You know, when there are a lot of changes, so this will affect macroeconomics. This will affect, you know, standard of living. This will affect almost everything, you know. So that's what really, in my opinion, economic fluctuations are. But you are the experts.
No, so for me, that's the problem, right? Economics, sometimes, with the way they put out their variables, all of those things that they put out, to be very honest, it can be overwhelming.
I think it's
right?
overwhelming.
What is the effect of all these variables that we are talking about on the common human being that exists in the polity? I think so. I think.
Nice one. I knew you would copy it. That's why I wrote it.
You are not serious. You are not serious. Economic fluctuation, really, I don't think it's anything different from what you said. Like the impact. Right. We're just interested in what is the impact of
so is that,
economic fluctuation.
My gari that I could buy let me not go and say how much
I
it
think
would. I don't know how
think
much
let
it
you
would
know.
is.
Let you
But
know.
let's just say I bought it for 500 naira, and then I went back to buy for 500 naira, and it's now 1-2. You know, what led up to that is that the lady in the market that most likely bought it from a wholesaler bought it instead of 500 or maybe 400 or 300 like they bought it the last time. They now buy it at 800 or 1000, and by the time they add their cost, associated cost, it goes up to 1-2. The wholesaler who is selling to that lady who is a retailer, I mean different chains of distribution, is now spending more to transport it from the markets, no, or from the source, maybe say in Benue, for example. And then what particularly happens is that in Benue also, maybe there are those crises now with the farmers and all of those things, and people are afraid to go and farm. So the few people that have taken the risk to go and farm is demand and supply.
Premium.
They are going to put a premium on it. So by the time you add all these costs, plus transportation, the bad roads, storage, the 500 naira has become 1,200.
It's an emotional time. I saw, so over the past 1 week, I've received nothing less than, maybe if I'm being conservative, maybe 14, 15 separately timed messages across social media platforms. People just send me, there's this news about bread that is going to become unaffordable.
Did you see it? Sorry.
You're in close proximity.
Sorry.
I cannot assure
you. You want to promote violence on your show?
We are violent about
I think you want to promote violence.
The violent do take it by force from time to time.
You will take the price hike by force.
I think so. So a lot, different ones. They will send me some from this newspaper. They will send me some from that newspaper. I decided to do public service announcement. You guys, I know that the price of bread is generally becoming unaffordable, and it's emotional for me because sometime in my university life, bread saved my life.
It saved your life. I think it saved your life.
So now that that's not going to be able to be afforded by the normal human being in the polity, it really shows economic fluctuation, the impact that it has on business security. So what we are then saying is, once the economy is fluctuating, becomes unpredictable.
Yes.
If the economy is unpredictable, your business is less secure.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It actually leads me to my next question. So now that everything is turning on its own, is doing sinusoidal movements, what are some of the things that you think that businesses can now start doing to ensure that they are a little bit profitable, going forward? You also had mentioned about, an RFQ where time of issue to time of execution, 1 week or 2 weeks, and the profitability has been swallowed by the evil spirits in the atmosphere. So now what we are talking about, how can you actually ensure profitability in time of business security that is affected by economic fluctuation? This is a serious question.
I think
this one is a serious
question.
But
you're not.
I don't understand what. I don't understand.
That's fine. I'll answer it.
You need to be motivated about
I'll answer
this.
It.
Please.
But I'm always a serious person, so I'll answer it for the benefit of the people listening to us. So I'll use my earlier stated example as a case study. First of all, monitor your prices. Understand the market, monitor your prices. If you share an invoice, put a time frame to it. Put the shortest possible time frame. I think we need to, if you are a service business, or even if you are a products business, we need to start reevaluating our contract, our transactional contract or transaction contracts with our customers or our clients, as the case may be. So don't leave a gap that is too wide. Right now in this economy, changes happen in 24 hours. Heck, changes happen in 8 hours. especially if you play in the FX market. So keep that window as short as possible. Always, like I said, reevaluate your contracts and leave a clause that protects you and also even protects the client. I think for a serious business, you must always consider a win-win in this situation because everybody's going through it. There's no. The other day I saw some news that insinuated that the richest man in Africa, was complaining. So and that guy is worth a lot of billions of dollars. So I'm just imagining if he is complaining, how much more. That's one. Number two, I think that, and I've stated this in other platforms that I've spoken at, we need to be able to create complementary products. So you must create other lines. I think this is the time for us to focus on, ask ourselves the question like, I have a business, for example, I run a media agency and this is going, there's still money in the economy. Actually, people are still making money. But, it's a red ocean, blue ocean thing.
Absolutely.
Right? So if you are already in the red ocean and you are struggling against that, right, it's the fight for survival. So the question I ask myself is, what other things do people need, that I can provide? I think that this is the time to, do whatever you have to do to stay alive. I think I mentioned that last time. And then third, you need to find ways. I'm actually even currently investing in that to enter other markets. When I mean markets, markets that you would be able to trade in currencies that are more stable, right? Even if it's to help you build and hedge, like to hedge your funds, that would really help.
Wow, very, very romantic, Mr. Wisdom. So when it comes to ensuring profitability, in fact, what I've now heard is that as far as ensuring goes, well, maybe not that clear because you can't really ensure it. You are not the economy. You are just inside the politics.
Yeah.
So you can't really ensure it, but there are some things that you can do that will at least help to cushion the effect should anything happen. Most among which are how you structure your businesses in terms of presenting your invoices to protect both parties, and looking at some of the other, smart stuff that you spoke about as well. I think that's very romantic. That's really good. Still on building business security in these very trying, interesting times. Maybe what I just want to do is go through to a final question. You're a busy man. I don't want to waste your evening.
That's how you do as if you're one good guy.
I don't want to waste this.
I'll start threatening you on my show.
I'm actually ignoring you.
Okay, sorry.
Yes. No, you can talk. I'm just telling you that I will ignore you.
Okay, that's okay.
So the final one that I want to ask you about is insurance decisions. Now let me give you an example. We had earlier conversations with some agro-allied people where they were speaking about transportation of their goods, across the country. And some of these guys, what they are trying to do, what they are interested in doing is, the transportation of this thing from here to here, I want it to be somebody else's business or somebody else's problem, right? And even in their wish for that actually in itself is a type of insurance, so they want to be insured against loss of their, because now I've gone to produce under the turbulent circumstances that you've mentioned, and then I've been able to get the produce and then process it. I'm not trying to take additional risk by transporting it, so, and that's an extreme example, but just in like even everyday business, how do you think insurance decisions affect everyday business? So in addition to the example that I just gave, my father used to have a poultry farm, and so we used to pick eggs. Evening time. Very, very interesting because and then after that you have to go under the battery cages, pack the poop and all those things. Now, after the farm to the house wasn't a far distance, maybe like from here to the door.
Yeah.
Maybe not, maybe like 10, 12 steps. But you will not imagine that sometimes some crates of eggs, you know, break. And what the insurance would have then been that time would have been, since we're 5, we're many, all of you line up at strategic points towards the door.
And pass.
As it is coming, it's passing. So nobody has to carry it from stress through all the way there. And whether we like it or not, that's a type of insurance.
Yeah.
But nowadays, we also have advanced types of insurance where you can pay money for somebody else to take on the risk.
Yeah.
Right? So how do you think that in itself affects business stability? For instance, is insurance something that businesses should be looking at, especially in times like this?
Okay, so I 100% agree that insurance is something that every business should consider. If you're a business that has, like, maybe you have a warehouse, you have heavy equipment, you have even people like employees, I think there are basic things you should invest in, like insurance. I heard something from someone a couple of years ago that changed my life, like changed my perspective towards insurance. And that's anything you cannot buy twice, insure it. And even if you were able to buy it, the way the economy is now, you can't. So I think that, you know, again, like for me, we have a media agency. We have comprehensive insurance for, you know, our equipment and stuff like that. So that if it spoil, now those equipments are assets, because for some of them when we bought them, you know, maybe it was a couple $400, $600. Well, now it's like $1,200. If you convert the you know, the currency. So I think that you should do that. But on the other hand, in Nigeria, yeah, the insurance sector is still evolving. I mean, it's still coming up. I don't think, aside from like comprehensive assets insurance, I don't know. And I say this carefully. I don't know that there are insurance that covers business losses. I don't know. But you are the expert. Maybe Beige Africa will be able to tell us. I know that there's life insurance, you know, which you do for people. There's health insurance, which I think everybody should try to do for themselves, for their employees, and all of that. There is now the assets, you know, there's insurance against fire, theft, your car insurance, all of those things. I think that when this is not the time for waste, right? You should try to keep your, you know, expenses, your losses, your wastages as minimal as possible. Yeah. And one of the ways to do that is to transfer the risk to insurance. One of the myths people have is that, what if I'm paying this little premium for this big asset? How is this premium able to cover this asset? I'll tell you today. A lot of people are not informed about insurance in Nigeria. Even the people that have paid, take for instance the car insurance that you pay when you are registering your car. People never make claims. So even when people never make claims. So don't worry. There are a lot of people that are paying to the pool that will never use it. Same as health insurance. You know, some organizations pay for their employees, but they never use it. So those guys are happy to pay for you to do your surgery, to do your general checkup, so that you can go and testify that I used my insurance and it worked. But like I said, there's still a lot of work that you finance people need to do, you know, around insurance as it pertains to preserving or mitigating the risk for business people.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree. That's exactly what I'm going to say on that, because in terms of making people understand how accessible it is, the laying claims part also. In fact, for some people, the insurance that they do is at gunpoint. You must do this insurance unless,
yes,
you know, so
like
unless they won't do it, you know. So, but that's fine. Just in closing, I want you to tell us a story that can bless somebody.
Are we closing already?
relax now. Your story if it take like another couple of minutes.
No, me, I
You
mean,
understand?
I mean,
We don't want to waste your time.
look at the faces of the people behind the camera.
We don't want to waste
They're
your time.
like, this guy is so great. I don't want him to go, right?
Wait,
You see,
may they tell you.
they are
Not
saying
to
it.
shout. Wait,
You will
be
still make
humble.
noise and come and beg again.
Be humble.
If you, I won't come here again.
You will come.
You are even threatening me.
Before. You will come.
Okay.
Wait till be that.
You want me to tell the story?
Wait till be that.
But what should this story
So,
capture?
Yeah, what I want people to learn from this story is something around access to capital
Shit.
and business expansion. That's what I want people to learn from this story. That it can be a personal story. It can be a story of somebody that you know. It can be a fictional
Wait
story.
now, wait.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. There's something written on your shirt. Don't test me.
Creative juice.
Don't test me.
Because I have
Don't
a creative
provoke me on
agency.
this thing.
Shit.
Utilize that thing that is written
I
on
should
your
be
shirt
creative.
to tell us this.
Are you
beautiful
trying to
story.
say I'm not creative?
Excuse me. See, I will walk you out of this set.
I walk you out.
I will walk you out of
I'll
this
not
set.
come back.
And you will come back when called.
you are, Is this how you people do? Is this how you people do? Yeah.
Stop being like people when they use gunpoint they do
It's
insurance.
okay. It's okay. I should tell a story about
First of all, you
expansion.
calm down.
Okay, I'm calm.
You reduce your dissing. Now, extract creative juice. Tell us a romantic story about access to capital and business expansion based on that access to capital. Somebody to be blessed by your creative juice. Like I said, it could be personal.
Access to capital. I'm not going to give any. Will you force me?
I will not force you, actually.
Access to capital. The first thing I can say is.
Make the story one and meditate. You know,
Okay, I should tell you.
Inculcate it. You
Look,
can start with story. It's not
Story,
advice. Story.
I
It's
told
not
you what he has
advice.
said.
No be advice. It's
Allow
not
me to
advice.
talk now.
Wait now, may you no go talk, go right when we are going left.
Okay.
Oh yeah, start. Sorry.
Yeah, talking about access to capital. I wanted to give you a warning first.
Okay.
Right now, be careful how you take loans. So, read the contract, check the interest rate, and for your record, if they tell you 8% flat, it's not 8% that you will pay totally. 8% flat means 8% every month. And you multiply that by 12, that's 96%. I'll do maths for you. If you borrow 100,000 at 8% flat, you will pay back 196,000 naira. And that's assuming you don't default. If you default, so please, I beg you. There are different ways to access capital, right? There's friends and family.
Mr. Wisdom, sorry to interrupt you.
But
What part of story? You are not using your creative juice. You are using your business strategy mindset.
okay.
Tell us a story about how Tortoise borrowed money at 8% flat and he could not expand his business.
So let me tell you a story about one of my businesses.
Beautiful.
Right.
Beautiful.
I would not mention the name so that you would not
Haters
chase me
will not
for.
hate.
Yeah, but when we wanted to set up that business, we obviously needed to make some injection into the business, and we approached a couple of people. We started from friends and family, and we raised some money. I'm not going to mention how much, so that again they will not threaten me. But we raised some money, and we showed the projection of the business. We showed what the problem the business is going to be solving. We did some analysis to show, what the people that are keying in stand to gain over a period of time, and we got the money, and we're running the business. And don't worry, it's not the media business. So that was how we were able to attract capital. We used friends and family. When I started my media business as well, I remember my mom gave me some money, my dad gave me some money, and then the founding directors at the time also, here and there, put in money. So that is another way in my career that I've been able to, raise capital. Other times, I use my money. When I want to start something, nobody believes in it, I will use my money to push it. and then I'll tell stories, even though some people think I'm not a storyteller. I'll tell stories and get people to buy into the idea, and then they'll bring their money, their skills, along with it. What's the other thing you were asking again?
Business expansion. Had it been you follow through with the story of the tortoise, you will not be asking this.
So, I don't even know what the business of the tortoise is, but that's your own story. For expansion, I think that a couple of things. This guy is just making me tense now. A couple of things will give way, when you are trying to expand business. Once you move from survival to growth stage, right before expansion, you need to inject more capital into the business. So back to what I said before, you can get capital from friends and family, which is the safest, right? But you see small shaggy because they don't rate you and nobody is going to. They've seen you finish, right? There's also the capital market. You can approach Beige. These guys, they can help package you to raise money from the capital market. You can also apply for grants, right? The Bank of Industry, I think, that's BOI, yeah, Bank of Industry. Funny thing, African Development Bank, NISAL. There are so many government apparatus that have been set up to inject funds to support SMEs and all of those things. So you can use that to, mobilize capital for your business. But if you use it, don't be stupid. Don't go and whack the money, and then 6 months time, no business, no money. So use it. Use it well, so that me too, when I need, there will be money for me to collect. But before you expand, I think it's very important that you understand the business. Absolutely. You would have created systems, because me in my small office, I see everybody. By the time we don't go get office for Umonia, that one now, you will now have a new level of problem. Because as you expand, you either use technology to scale or you use human beings. Once you use human beings, more problem. If you use technology, more money. So there are battles you need to fight. Infrastructural problem if it's technology, people management problem if it's human beings. So you need to be able to understand that from a pet project perspective. You need to be able to manage, if it's people, 3 people, 2 people, 5, 10, before you scale to 100. Right, and if you are scaling to 100, what are the respective roles and responsibilities of the people? So you should always scale from, I've done this, I'm here now, so maybe it's time to take it a notch bigger. Don't just start big. Yeah. The frustrations can kill you, and you lose a lot of money in the process. I hope that with these few points
beyond a reasonable doubt, you are a professional of business acumen that is highly revered in the polity of the Nigerian ecosystem. We're very, very excited to have you here. You have by all means displayed the necessary creative juice that is required.
Say it slowly.
You have by all means displayed the necessary creative juice that is required to properly and without a doubt dissect this topic into all the parts that it needed to be dissected into.
Can you apologize for threatening me now?
At the beginning, I would say that I did say some words, but none of them were threats. None of them were threats. We don't do that here.
I will never come back to this place.
We are diplomatic.
Don't worry.
So we don't gaslight also. We don't do that here. We are very diplomatic in our approach, and we want to say a big thank you.
I just wanted to make an observation.
Observe.
People noticed that when I spoke about insurance, he did not say anything.
Observation sustained.
He just
objection and
that's what finance people used to do.
It's not true. So about insurance, there was nothing else to say.
I think there's nothing else to say.
More work needs to be done. Me, as I'm sitting down here, by God's special grace, I'm health insured. You understand what I'm saying? Business is insured. You understand? Your staff, there's a particular, although it's also required by government. It's the same thing we're talking about, putting a gun to head before people do insurance. But there are a lot of guys that are doing some really good stuff around insurance these days. modernizing it, making it nice and easy for people to understand. Hey, you can install your laptop. It will take time. You understand it now? It will take time. So that's why you are also here, to tell fellow MSMEs and SMEs that business should be insured. You understand? Even if it is cheap. I don't like this sarcastic nod. Can you change it to something else? Better for me. Better for everybody. So thank you so much, Mr. Wisdom, for this enlightening conversation. Please, if you are going to raise capital, whether you are raising from business and whether you are raising from family and friends, make sure you at least have a business plan. Mr. Wisdom said, don't be stupid. I concur. Don't take the money so that you can eat it. Make sure that you have an idea of where you are going in terms of your numbers. One amount of something, you are going to sell it for this amount. This is the profit you are making. We can scale to X. Pilot projects. So important. Hey, if I tell you what happened when we started our fish farm, instead of us to take this your idea, went and did build pond everywhere. And then, I think so. I think that's fast, because now there was no money to buy big. I think that's what will happen. So we had to scale back. So very, very important. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for the creative juice. To the guys at the back of the camera, I really appreciate you guys so much. Next time, we are going to be there. You must make commitment, unless you won't stand up from there. I don't put glue for that chair. If you try me,
you're the one sitting here before. So
leave on. Now me put the glue. Don't worry yourself. Next time, we're going to be talking about building business security in times of uncertainty. Then we're gonna get 2 additional topics again. This business security in times of uncertainty, we must build them.
Till the uncertainty.
We'll continue to build it. So get ready for us next time. If you are not here, we'll take your holographic image. 5G is available for that. I think. But you must be here physically, unless you.
Why are you threatening me?
See, this is not a threat, and I'm not gaslighting you either. I'm just telling you what will happen if you try me. You will see shege. Wow. You will see shege.
You're acting like a certain past governor that used to be in the States.
Let me tell you something. There is no amount of you trying to compare me with somebody that will change what I've just said. Okay. You go come, Abi, you no go come. Okay. When we get them now for camera.
No, just because of.
Will you come? Is yes or no?
No, I'm not coming.
Hey, good.
But because of you people, you know. Louis, I have to go now.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We've gotten the business expert to come back, and when we meet again on Friday, we shall be having deep
Is it every Friday?
No, like I said, on Friday, not next Friday.
Okay.
I know you're busy. I know you're busy. We shall be having deep conversations on these topics so that the audience can learn from your wealth of experience and your creative juice that you have to offer. So thank you so much. Have a fantastic weekend. Noves, what are you doing this weekend?
I'm studying the uncertainties in the economy.
Okay, good night to everybody. Thank you so much. Great study. No be only.
You not tell him that he's wasting too much time. Be threatening me on show. I'm not coming again.
I did it now. This was 4:36. We started at 4:00.
It's 30 minutes.
So 30 minutes. That's what I did. I was just trying to make sure that he gets to that 30 minutes mark.
Discover America.
Ideba? Ide. Because there's something to discover in America. Okay. Thank you.
Where's our 10 minutes?
Now they will go out.
They are going out. I've sent.
This one alive. This one old one. I don't see this.
Have you processed them?
Stopping and going.